Okay, here's video 2. We're going to open up the software on the laptop. You're looking for an icon on the home screen called Eductor 64. It's like a picture of a butterfly, and it's on the left hand edge of the screen, 3 down, just underneath Google Chrome. So put the cursor over the top of that picture, and then with the left hand button of the mouse do a double click and the software will open up. It says Eductor 64 is loading with a blue screen. It takes a little while to load because I suppose it's running some software checks. Just be patient, wait for this to finish doing what it's doing. Don't forget, I've written you a crib sheet that's got every step by step on there, what you need to do. Exactly the same instructions as on this video. If anything odd comes up on this home screen of the laptop about security or updates or anything else, just close it, don't need it. We can tell it's still loading because the little blue wheel spills round. Now we've got the Welcome to SCIO screen. You can see this bar along the bottom. It's now opened up another screen that's got a picture of the SCIO box on it. So we can just move the cursor to where it says close, 1 click of the left hand cursor, and it carries on flashing up different screens and loading different things. Okay, so the software's loaded now. You need to move the cursor over to the left hand side of the screen, just underneath the butterfly picture. It says continue. 1 click on the left button, and now we want to go into password, which is on the left hand side, 3/4 of the way down. Click on the left hand mouse button for password. It opens up a little box that says about who owns the software, which is you. Click on OK to close that box. And now we're on the password screen. The cursor will already be in the box that you need to enter the password into, and the password is 0210. Then you move the cursor to where it says OK, and there's a green tick just underneath where you've entered the number. Left hand click for OK, and that closes. That password is done. Next step is to go into demographics. So there's a list of different buttons here on this pink screen. The one at the top says demographics, so move the cursor over that, 1 click on the left hand mouse button, and it opens up the demographics screen. I've already loaded your information in here, so you don't need to do anything apart from come down 2/3 of the way down the screen. On the left hand side there's a big button that says patient data, and in brackets it says load new or previous patient, so you count as a previous patient because I've already set you up. So 1 click on the left hand button of the mouse. Over that button opens up a small box checking that you want to load a previous patient, which we do, so just click on OK. It opens up what would normally be a big list of patients, but it's just you in there. So see where it says your name, top of the list, Joanna Bentham. Put the cursor over the top of your name, 1 click on the left hand button on the mouse to highlight it, and then just go up slightly to where there's a button that says previous patient, and again click on the left hand button of the mouse just once. It opens up a new box checking if you're taking responsibility for your health problems. Click on yes, otherwise you get a telling off. So again, one click on the left-hand mouse button. Do the same again for this question, which is just confirming that you know it's for biofeedback uses. So that's finished those questions. Come back to this screen. We need to scroll down the screen a little bit to be able to close it. So there's a bar along the right hand side that you can just move down, or there's a little arrow down here on the right hand side at the bottom that you can use to move down the screen. And then you'll see the big close button here on top of the butterfly's wing. Just one click on the left hand side of the mouse. Opens up a box that says caution. Sometimes this box opens, sometimes it doesn't. It's talking about biorhythm problems, so it's to do with the date rather than anything to do with you, and we don't need to go into that. So put the cursor over the no, one click on the left hand side of the mouse, and that's finished with that screen. The next thing that we need to do is calibration, which is the button on the list underneath the demographics that you just did. Put the cursor over calibration, one click on the left button on the mouse, opens up the calibration screen. Near the top on the right hand side there's a button that says Fast Track Calibration Program. That's what we need to click on. So again, one click on the left hand mouse button and that will start. You'll see, because it's actually calibrating the machine now to you, that the boxes, the lights on the front of the SCIO box start to flash. They'll flash on and off to show that they're doing something. If the lights on this box aren't flashing while it's calibrating, something's gone wrong. So the calibration takes a few minutes usually, depends, it varies a bit on the day. This screen will just carry on flashing up different things, and the lights on the front of the SCIO box will carry on flashing up until it's finished, and you get a message when it's finished so you know. Even if it takes 5 minutes, don't worry about it, just let it do its thing. Very occasionally on this screen it gets stuck and it will come up with a message saying something like, this patient's too weak to test today. If that happens, you need to not carry on with the testing. Just press all the close buttons you can find to close down the program, turn off the SCIO box on the back and try again the next day. But you obviously let me know if anything like that happened. It's not to say that anything's seriously wrong with you, it's just that sometimes the connection's not going to be a healthy one for you, so it turns itself off completely. It's still running the calibration program now. It's still got lights lit up on the front of the SCIO box, as well as things changing on the laptop screen. The box here on the top left is about geopathic stress. As part of the calibration program, it's picking up any geopathic stress in the area, and it adjusts its settings so that it can work around that and just read your readings and not be affected by the geopathic stress. I'm just running this in test mode, but it's coming up with lots of geopathic stress at my house, but they're all saying corrected, geopathic stress detected and then corrected. Still working. And when it's finished, you get this box comes up in the middle. It says calibration complete, proceed to test. You just move the cursor over where it says OK, one click on the left-hand mouse button. Oh. There we go, we come back to this screen.